Welcome back to another edition of Teaching with SMARTBoard, hosted by David Sladke and
Scott Miller.
David. It's November.
It's turkey time.
It is, yeah. Exciting time of year.
Sure
I
is.
always enjoy Thanksgiving a lot.
That's my favorite holiday.
Oh, yeah. You get to sit around, eat,
Yes.
watch football, spend time with family.
Yeah.
Great
and
time.
I asked my classes today what their top 3 food choices would be for Thanksgiving, and quite the variety.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Anything really surprising?
Pierogies, somebody said.
Pierogies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mac and cheese. I've never had cornbread for Thanksgiving. Have you?
Just cornbread stuffing. Never
Oh.
cornbread for Thanksgiving.
And then I talked to another guy today. He said they have 5 different stuffings choices at their Thanksgiving.
Wow.
5.
Wow. Most I've ever been to or at a meal is 2.
2.
That's it.
Well, this had oysters in one and Spam in another. And I thought, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Terrific.
So what's happening today?
Well, it looks like we're going to label the diagram,
Okay.
and we're on episode
85.
85.
Making
Yeah.
our way
Yes,
to 100.
Yes, we are. And you can get this podcast as well as all our previous ones at teachingwithsmartboard.com or at iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
We're very glad to have those of you who are subscribing on iTunes. We're moving up the charts.
Yes.
Looks like we're starting to compete with Christmas music right now.
That's right.
So where are we located, Dave?
We are in Naperville, which is just west of Chicago.
So I thought we would highlight a particular location in Chicago, which is Union Station.
Union Station.
Yes, which has been around Chicago for a very long time. It's one of the 2 major train stations in Chicago.
Okay.
The other one we will feature at a different time. And Union Station, you can see, is located over here on the left. Is really close to the Chicago River.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very close to the heart of the city, and a beautiful building, as you can see over here on the right, the staircase. And what I love about walking down the staircase is you can see how worn
Oh,
the
yeah.
stairs are.
I can see
You
it
can
even from the
actually
picture.
you can feel that when you're walking down the steps. Terrific place because not only does it have trains that are commuter trains that come in, but it's also the Amtrak station for Chicago.
I spent a lot of time in Union Station as a little boy because we came into Chicago with the train.
Mm-hmm. And if you are traveling to Naperville from Chicago by train, you actually take the train or Metra from Union Station out to Naperville.
Right.
The scene that we had here for the steps was made very famous in the movie The Untouchables, and it was shot back in the 80s. Okay. And the scene was very famous because of, if you go and see the movie, you can actually still see, sort of the worn steps here.
Mm-hmm.
But the scene where you had gangsters walking down the steps and then the Untouchables walking up the steps and the confrontation that took place,
Okay.
especially with this baby carriage that's there. So
I've never seen the movie.
You
so
haven't?
No, I should see that.
It's something that we could talk about in the future sometime, maybe in another podcast, about the fact and the fiction about
Okay.
all of the Untouchables, but a lot of it happens to be fiction.
Okay.
I mentioned Metra, and that's a great way to get around Chicago. Lots of different train lines that start from the city and spoke out to different places.
Like bicycle spoke?
Yes, that's
Okay.
like a little connection there, Dave, for you.
Yes.
And in fact, speaking of that, you can actually have some train cars where you can take your bike onto a train car.
Right.
And have it at your use when you're down in Chicago. And sort of featured this because we featured the Chicago Railway Museum with older trains, and then you've got high-tech diesel engines such as this one here you see for Metro, which is really the way to fly around Chicago. And it's a terrific thing. I used to work in the city. I commuted downtown, taking Metro every day. Didn't matter rain or shine, sleet or snow. We always got to our location.
That's great.
And almost always on time. So great way to get around town, or get to downtown Chicago.
Yeah, we do that often as a family. It's just no parking problems. You just go downtown, and yeah, it's a great time.
Oh, and what's great too with you have a large group is you get a chance then to converse. And,
Yeah.
talk, have a good time while you're traveling to Chicago or
That's
from
right.
Chicago. So what's on the dock for today?
Well, you can't see it yet, but ooh, here it comes. We're going to take and look at the Flash B category stored image template. And then we're going to take another template, which is the template V, which is called Label the Diagram.
Mm-hmm.
Turkey time.
Yes, it is turkey time. Although this turkey doesn't look like it's too happy about what's going to be
Yeah, it
cooking.
says eat steak. That's great. All right, here's the template.
Yes, this is a Flash file that we have. And looking at this Flash file, we have a bunch of different images to sort into 2 or 3 categories. So I have 2 examples here that I thought we would look at. And so the first one is looking at sorting between fruits and vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I'd show how we make
Okay.
this template here.
Well, and even before that, Scott, to find this, you could certainly search the gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you download our templates, we have this. This is a smart template that they made.
Mm-hmm.
And we just have categorized all of them. And this one happens to be right in those Flash templates that we provide online.
So first I will look at how we will edit this. And
Okay.
right now we have 10 images.
All right.
So I want to add, and you can see I have 2 columns. I have a fruit column and a vegetable column. And you can have up to 3 columns. So if we're going to add one more image, we'll go from 10 to 11.
All right.
And looks like, oh, we've got a vegetable that's already come up here. Look at that. Wow. Must have been an image I'd saved before.
Okay.
So we'll go from, I'll start over again. We'll go from 11 images to 12 images.
Okay.
And you can see I've got blank here. And I'm going to make this a fruit.
Okay.
So we need to find a fruit. So go to the gallery. And we've typed in fruit for our search.
Mm-hmm.
And we've come up with our pictures here.
Which is it going to be? Do you want to have a red apple or a green apple?
Let's start again.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and type in fruit in our search.
Fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Enter. Okay, and then we got pictures.
Yes. So we have 9 pictures here. We're going to select, do we want a green apple or a red apple?
Don't know. I like red apples better.
So if we just grab the red apple, you can see it's a very large image here, but we drag the image over top so it's highlighted.
Yeah, so it kind of turned a different color.
Mm-hmm.
Not the apple, but the in there. All right, beautiful.
It snaps it right in, and we're ready to go. So now instead of working with 11 images like we have, now we have 12.
Okay.
Hit OK. If I look at a full screen here, now students can go back and forth in terms of talking amongst themselves, deciding which category each object goes into, and then we randomly select a student to go up, select the image, and place it into the correct category.
But that student does not solve the whole problem.
No. So I would say you end up with a minimum of 12 students going up just on this example here. And then, again, we want the student to explain why they believe that is a fruit or a vegetable, to be the characteristic of it.
And I'm just going to simulate what a student might do. They'd put this, and this is the question I have.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a fruit or vegetable? I've heard both, but I'll put it in vegetable. If I put it there and hit check, can I do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I was wrong.
But that's debatable, and so
that's
people,
discussion.
It's discussion because they could list it one category as fruit or a vegetable. Typically, it's listed as a fruit, but
sure, okay.
So the next example that we have is a math example, and this is classifying an acute or an obtuse angle based on sight that you see here. And so
when
again,
you say acute triangle, does that mean it's like funny looking, like acute? Cutie pie.
It's cute, and then we have ugly, but I guess they call it obtuse instead. But the same feature again, where a student is coming up, grabbing an angle, placing it in the category, and then explaining why it belongs in that category.
Okay, and justify. That's so you're saying the justify is a big part of this.
Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Oh, look at that. So wouldn't be complete without some jokes here.
Complex numbers. Tell me what's going on here, Scott.
Well, my daughter told me this one, and she said, well, it's all fun and games until someone loses an eye.
I think all the math teachers are laughing. But
Yeah, I think
everybody else
so.
is not understanding that.
That's right.
I is an imaginary number. Yeah.
Right.
So that's good.
So here's another one. What happened when the turkey got into a fight?
What happened? I don't know. What happened when a turkey got into a fight?
Well, he got the stuffing knocked out of him.
Stuffing was a very popular answer in my question earlier.
Oh,
today.
was it?
That's for
Okay.
sure. That's a funny one.
That's one of my favorite things about Thanksgiving meal.
Stuffing. Yeah, that's good. Excellent work, Scott.
All right, so this next one is template V from our teaching templates.
Okay.
I've labeled the diagram, and you can, once you obtain the teaching templates, you can grab this and drag it into a page.
Okay. And the template is nice because then you can just double click on these items down here and put labels to them. They're all done for you.
Mm-hmm.
You just put your diagram or your picture
Mm-hmm.
right in
Right.
where it says
That's
put
right.
diagram here.
Right. Big thing then is after you do that is you will want to lock each of these images or items
Yes.
that you've typed in, but you want to lock and allow move. That's the big feature.
Okay, and why would we do that instead of just leave them as they are?
Because if you don't, then if a student double clicks, then it looks like you're going to edit the text.
And it happens a lot, actually,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. Or it can, with an image, it could change the size of the
Yes.
object. So I have a couple examples here. And so here's one example of label the parts of the cello. And again, what we have worked at is this actually has a few more words than our template
Oh.
had. So I added just a couple more, very
Okay.
easy to do, and then also changed some colors. So each object is a different color.
I was thinking you were saying that you added extra words that don't go anywhere.
Oh, no. Oh, that's
That-
a great thing to do also.
Yeah. Why?
So-
Why would that be good?
Because again, it's lending itself that for students to get comfortable, I guess, in my classroom, in your classroom, is that sometimes there's extraneous information that's
Mhm.
not needed
Yes.
to solve a problem or working with a diagram. And especially as we're moving into, in the United States, the Common Core curriculum, academic vocabulary is a big thing that we'll be
Mhm.
focusing on. So here, knowing the parts of the cello, academic vocabulary that fits with the instrument itself.
Sure.
And again, different than the flash template because there's not a way to check your answer
Right.
from a flash
Right.
object, but there is a way to check your answer by having a key afterward.
Okay.
And I just want to illustrate here in terms of each of these, I need to lock and allow move
Mm-hmm.
to make this easier to work with so that the students don't end up, by
Yeah.
double tapping and then feeling like they're going to have to edit the information.
Right.
Next example is a science example from Label the Diagram. And so this is parts of a volcano.
Okay.
And so each of these items, we would have students talk with their partner, and then we would randomly select students to come up, and then they would position items where they belong, and then we've got some extra info on it.
I was trying to figure out how that gets labeled. Oh, there's a SMARTBoard,
There
guys.
you go, right there, yeah. Mhm.
Oh, that's terrific. Which one's you?
I am the one on the right here,
Okay,
and that's you on the left.
that's correct.
And we're in Alaska.
Yes, we were. We
Yeah.
did some SMARTBoard training up there in Alaska. Hey, Alaskans, we love you guys. Miss you.
Yeah, we had a wonderful time when we were up in Cordova. It was fantastic.
It was a terrific time. We'd love to go back sometime.
Yes, we will. Yes, we do.
We hope so. We
hope
gotta be invited first.
Yes, we do. All right. So this comes to the end of our podcast here. We hope you have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And if you want to drop us a line, you can do that at scott@teachingwithsmartboard.com or
David, teachingwithsmartboard.com.
smartboardguys@teachingwithsmartboard.com, and that'll get to both of us.
Right. Love to hear from you in any way, and have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Take care.